Yeah. So we're gonna go with playing the trailers. Oops. Let me pause that.
Crunchy clusters wrapped in layers of creamy peanut butter.
Gotta make money somehow.
Yeah, gotta make money somehow. So that we're gonna start playing the trailers. I feel like there is gonna be some copyright strikes with that, but I think they're more. It'd be less inclined to do it because really it's just an advertisement for the movie. So and it sets the stage for talking about it.
We literally did a Ghostbuster video and they played out the whole movie of Ghostbusters, so I think it would be fine.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. So first impressions, what do you think?
Well, I mean, first impression, if I never saw the movie, especially in high school, you gotta go back. You gotta go back in time. I feel like, oh, this could be a cool movie. You know, like this is something you would want to do when you're that age. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I never did that, so I mean, I was a good kid.
My opinion on the film is, I mean, they do a good job of portraying that teenage mindset.
Yeah.
I want to go get some booze. You know, I'm not legal yet, so I got to go get my fake ID and see if I can.
I don't think that ever really happened around our neck of the woods.
Oh, I imagine. I'm sure it did. I'm sure it did.
For sure, Sioux Falls. Most of the
time, I remember that time period of turning 18, and it would still you could buy lottery tickets and cigarettes at the time. Since then, it's went to 21 now. So,
well, I was even talking to my boss, and he remembered buying booze when he was like 18. It's like, It's like great, you know. You never think about that.
Yeah, and to go along with that, I think that is pretty much like the main plot is buying booze for the party, and just like the trailer portrayed, just the little riffraff that happens in between. The two main characters in there, they have their buddy McLovin, who was. What's his
Fogel?
He's kind of a side character. The two main characters try to pick up.
I don't think Fogel's really a side character. He's still kind of a main character because
I would call him a supporting character.
Yeah, maybe supporting because they go back and forth between Evan and I forget the other guy's name. Sorry, but then they go.
Seth Rogen?
No. Evan and the other character.
Oh, the character's name, Jonah Hill.
Yeah. Well, Jonah Hill is Evan.
Yeah, and then the
other kid.
I know what you're talking about. Michael Cera's character.
Yeah, Michael Cera. Yeah. I couldn't even think of his real name. But yeah, they go back and forth with more. But I mean, they do focus on those two more.
Yeah.
But Fogel, I feel like, was still like a leading role man almost.
Yeah, I think he's definitely. Yeah, I would lean more toward a leading role than a supporting role.
Yeah. Because I mean, he had those two cops that I know what you're saying though, because those two were like most of the movie, and then all of a sudden Fogel comes in, and then.
So as far as the plot goes, what is your opinion of the plot?
After watching it or before watching it?
Okay, just while you were watching it.
While I was watching it, well, it's basically about teenagers trying to get booze for these good-looking women that they want to, you know.
They want to get with these women, and they're going out of their way to go get some booze to satisfy this party that they're trying to throw.
And they completely screw it up.
Yeah,
until McLovin comes and saves the rescue.
Yep. Yeah, my analysis of the plot, I like it. It's your typical high school comedy. Is it my cup of tea? Probably not. Like I like some of the comedy, just like the cops in the trailer. You know, oh shit, it's the cops. You know, that's just freaking hilarious. I mean, I'm gonna laugh at that every single time. But it has,
happen in real life.
You know, overall, did I enjoy the movie? I did.
Yeah.
There was a lot of points that were just like that scene where you just kind of have to laugh. It's like, wow, this is so ridiculous. It's pretty freaking funny. And they had some real meme-worthy moments. I mean, one of the famous memes comes out of this movie. Fuck me, right? You know that meme, right? Jonah Hill. It was like, oh yeah, I've done. The meme kind of coincides with, oh, I've done something good, but everybody hates me for it. Fuck me, right? You know, it's like that meme, and he's a staple of that. As far as some stats, though, this film did really well when it came out. I don't know what the budget was. It was a heavy budget. Like
I feel like it wouldn't have been that heavy though.
I should have looked it up before, but overall, Wikipedia says they raked in like how much was it?
I thought you said something about million or.
So it grossed 121 million.
Yeah. I guess
169, so almost 170 million worldwide. So here they said the budget was 17.5 to 20 million. So they made out on this movie, and I'd agree. It was a good movie for its time. You know, this came out like right when I was around graduating high school. I didn't watch it until a couple years after it came out, though. I wasn't like, I have to watch this film,
I didn't really watch it until I was out there.
You know.
I was probably in college.
Yeah. And overall, good film. You got any other... What other films released during that time period? They had them here.
I don't know.
Never mind. I do remember another film that came out during this time period. Kevin Bacon, Death Sentence, came out around this time. You probably never seen that film, but comparatively, I would probably I enjoyed that movie as well. But if Superbad was out and I was willing to watch a movie, I'd go watch it.
I mean, at this time we were, like you said, you're in high school. I'm probably just getting. What year was this coming out?
2007.
So yeah, I just went back to. I just graduated college probably around this time. So I mean, I'm sure this is a movie we would have went to see as a, high school / college student.
So, just to talk a little bit more about the story, what was your favorite part of the film?
My favorite part was when Folk was actually in the cop car and they're like cruising down in there, and then they end up blowing up the cop car.
Yeah.
It was just hilarious to me.
That was good.
McLovin was... I liked his character more than I liked the other two, honestly.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, his character didn't try hard at all, but it was still funny, like... Whereas, like, Jonah Hill's character and Michael Cera...
Yep.
Even Michael Cera didn't try hard.
Yeah.
But I think that's just his role. And even in Arrested Development, that's kind of his salon, like he's just
oh yeah,
kind of laid. I mean, not really laid back, but just like, I don't know. He just has that tone, like. Whereas Jonah Hill, that was honestly, I think the first time I ever remember him even in movies even being in. So I mean, I can't really say. To me, his character tried a little too hard.
Yeah.
A little bit. Like, just a little bit. I understand, like, he's trying to get with this girl and, but in high school, you're never like that. Not that much.
Yeah. I think that, well, just like what I read in
Wikipedia.
I read in Wikipedia, that the story was based off of Seth Rogen's and that Evans Goldberg's character, their persona in high school, and they just wrote the film off of that. I mean, I think it's everybody's kind of dream in that time period. You just want to kind of do something that's against the grain, kind of be bad, and go with what everybody else is doing. You have a lot of peer pressure to do all those things.
There's certain scenes that I don't think anybody would actually talk about, like when he was looking at his pants and he was like, "Oh, look at my thing!
look at this! Oh
yeah." I feel like I would never.
I think there's some people. You've never met somebody with that kind of a personality? I mean, I'm not like being from the Midwest. Maybe you don't really get that a lot, but I imagine there's some places out there. You go to like some bigger schools. You go to some bigger areas. People tend to not really give a crap
and I guess
what you
based in
think
Amsterdam, so I'm sure that's how it is up there. Probably.
Well, I think it was in Vancouver.
Or Vancouver,
yeah.
sorry.
So, regardless, I mean, it is what it is.
I'm sure they're more chill there.
So we got no input from this film, but we're sitting at about the 15-minute mark. So I think this is a good point to just give our rating and move on to the next film. If anybody's got any input, give us a holler.
We're still going out of 5, right?
Yeah, out of 5. So just to recap, you gave the Chum Scrubbers last week a 3 out of 5. I gave it a 3.6. You gave Crank a 4. I gave it a 3.9. And you did
Ace Ventura.
Ace Ventura.
I think it was like a 4.8 or something.
You did 4.8. I did 4.5. So, oh man, I really spread those out quite a bit. Honestly, I would have probably, if I could do it over again, I would bump up my Chum Scrubbers rating. And you know, I was too focused on getting everything kind of racked and stacked when really there are some that could probably be the same. You know what I mean? It's kind of like,
well, that's what I'm saying.
You're giving that
false
rating because you kind of want to stick it in somewhere, probably where it shouldn't be.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's even like Ace Ventura, it's like 4.8.
Yeah.
That's how I was like.
It's like, okay,
I don't want to give it a 5.
Give it a 5, then there's no room for improvement. There's got to be something wrong with this. There's got to be something to improve.
That's why I give it at least 4.5.
Yeah.
But I know what you're saying. Like Crumb Scrubber, to me, it just wasn't. I mean, it was a realistic film.
Yeah.
I mean, that portrays more of real life than most of the film. I mean, there's some of it was like.
Yeah, I know it was far fetched. It was pretty far fetched.
But I
think that's why I like it though.
No, I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like
Superbad, they're more. It's more realistic.
I feel like that's still like in that
the Chum Scrubber
range.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's a little bit more funnier, so I would give it more of a higher rating. I think. Not by much though, honestly.
All right, what do you got?
Are we gonna do all 3, or are we just gonna go?
Just do the
one by one.
One by one.
So Superbad, I'll give it a little bit more than Chum Scrubber. I'll go like 3.5.
3.5. Okay.
I mean, this wasn't the greatest movie of all time. I feel like Ace Ventura is a lot funnier.
Yeah.
Just because how Jim Carrey portrays. This movie is funny, but I don't really like that kind of comedy.
I would agree with the critics on this one. It was a pretty well put together film overall. Not my cup of tea if I were to like choose to watch a film. I've watched some trash TV over the years, so I feel like I can.
If you had this or Ace Ventura,
I don't consider this movie trash at all.
No,
it's a really good film.
Like if I had picked this between I can't think of any other movies right now. Like if I had picked this Superbad to like.
Yeah. Like today you're going to go to the movies and this was up on a poster there.
Depending on
you might consider it.
Yeah, I'd still consider it though. It just depends on the movies. Like if Ace Ventura, if we went to the movie theaters right now, Ace Ventura is playing, Superbad is playing, what would you rather go watch? Probably Ace Ventura.
Yeah, but a lot of movies when you go to the movie theaters, you haven't watched the film. You're basing it off the trailer.
That's what I'm saying.
Basing it off the trailer, I would have really wanted to go see that
film. Even if I saw the trailer from Ace Ventura and Superbad, you're telling me you'd still pick Superbad over Ace Ventura?
Just judging by the trailers, maybe. Because I don't know what's in Ace Ventura. You know, if I'm choosing both of those, and you're just watching the trailer of Ace Ventura, and you're just watching the trailer.
The trailer for Ace Ventura is even hilarious.
No, it's good. I agree. But you don't know what else is in the film. Yeah. There's a lot of unknowns.
I feel like the trailer was more just goofiness.
Yeah.
Whereas the movie did have more serious side to it.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Whereas Superbad is kind of both in the trailer, I guess.
I'm gonna give this one. I'm gonna give it a even 4, which stacks it above Crank. I enjoyed it. I could say this over and over again. Some of my favorite parts are just buying the alcohol. I love that scene where he's sitting there just kind of stressing out. Everything's kind of zooming into him, and he's like freaking out. Like I don't know, man. How this going?
That's me loving though.
Yeah, no, it's a great acting scene. You know, it portrays that kind of anxious, to not get caught. But I have my fake ID. I can get through this, and then the guy comes in and.
Well, even the two characters what is taking McLovin so long?
Yeah, yeah.
And then they see the cops and are like, oh,
Like,
shit,
he got busted. And
then
it
he
was
ends up-
completely opposite of what was going on. And I like that about the film. Like, you have to take it from everybody's perspective.
But they still portrayed it as he got arrested. So those two absolutely believed McLovin was arrested.
Yeah, exactly.
And then
that's their perspective.
Evidence or something.
That's exactly it. That's their perspective.
Yeah.
They're sitting there like, oh no, he got caught. So they got to act accordingly to that. Whereas McLovin's like,
so now they're trying
man, I just got beat up, and the cops giving me a ride to the party. This is great.
Now they're trying to figure out another way to source beer now because he already promised that one girl, hey, I'm gonna get you alcohol for your party.
Yeah.
And I can't remember exactly where he gets beer, but he's sitting there pouring out laundry detergent
so they
out
can
of a
put
jug
it,
so he can put
put
alcohol in the, so that way if they ever got caught, well, it's just laundry detergent.
Just the classic part
but
of the
that
movie.
would be just so nasty. Even if you try washing that stuff out.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there's no way. There's just no way.
Absolutely.
Like, I don't like beer by itself, but to put laundry detergent. I think they even tried pouring it and it was like a green or blue color. And they're like, what's up with the funky color?
Oh, yeah. All right, let's move on to Jonah Hill's next film.
Wolf of Wall
lot of good actors in this film.